I am so happy to see everybody. I am so excited to see you all. Many of you I gave big hugs and kisses to. I cannot explain how hard it was the last 2 years not to be able to see you people in person. We are a family, and just having somebody next to you that understands what you have done and what you're going through is really, really great. So I encourage each one of you, if you're sitting with somebody that you don't know right now, talk over lunch, talk over the breaks, get to know each other, exchange telephone numbers, emails, Facebook pages, or whatever. Get to know each other and use each other as a support system. So NCAN's mission is to grow awareness for patients, medical professionals, the general public, and to help patients' families navigate the journey. When I got diagnosed back in 2001, the only foundation around at the time was the Carcinoma Cancer Foundation, and they did an amazing job with the research. They answered the phone. Unfortunately, they only answered the phone on Tuesday and Thursday. Of course, when do I get diagnosed? Thursday at 5 o'clock. Nobody. So we started working with them, and then we became really good friends with Dr. Warner and Monica Warner, and they kind of took us under their wing. And they were really working on research, and we really knew that there needed to be some education out there. We had no mascot. We're the ones that helped start the zebra, and now all the organizations use the zebra. We were the founders with Novartis for Neck Cancer Day. So now Neck Cancer Day is celebrated around the world. It also happens to be my husband's birthday. So we found that it was really, really important that we needed to bring awareness, not only locally, but also to physicians and to the patients. In 2005, Carrie Brincho attended our first our national conference in Philadelphia. And she looked at me and she said, "This is amazing. We have 350 patients and caregivers in a room. Where are the doctors?" And I said, for years the doctors were talking about doing something, but they never kind of got motivated to do anything. So she said, "I'm going to take this on." And so she went out and she made a 501, and she got the doctors on board, and that's how NANETS was formed, because of a person coming into our meeting and saying, "Why isn't this going on?" And this is what I need each and every one of you to do, is I need you to advocate not only for yourself, but for others. Not only for this generation, but for future generations. So how do we help? We have a patient hotline. That's our toll-free number. Our regular number, phone number, was given out by the Carcinoma Cancer Foundation on the internet. Now remind you, 21 years ago, there was no such thing as Facebook. There's a little thing called AIM, Messenger. And Monica Warner put out my telephone number, and it became my home number, became the hotline. And I did not know this was going to happen. And all of a sudden, my phone started ringing and ringing. And I'm saying, "Where are you people getting my number?" And they're like, "Oh, Monica Warner put it on the internet." I was like, "Oh, okay." And now my family can't reach me because I'm always on the phone with patients. So we finally got the toll-free number, and to this day, our home number is still the hotline number. Our website, make sure you go to the website. If you're a new patient, make sure you sign up for your free information packet. It has a lot of information about financial help, about different tests, different medications, and things like that. So make sure you do that. Check out the support group meetings. Now, of course, with COVID, we haven't had in person. But if you look, there are chapters that are affiliated with NCAN on the back. We are doing a once monthly virtual meeting that's open to anybody on a Saturday that you could join I believe it's the second Saturday of every month. And if you see that there isn't a support group in your area, please reach out to me. We do education, support, training for new support group leaders, okay? Come to the awareness events. Not only are the conferences, we have galas. We have a virtual walk. We have a walk on Long Island. We have a walk in Charlotte. So come and make sure you advocate for your best care. So Why did we do it? It was clear that net patients needed help, and we needed to become advocates, and we needed to find doctors that would knew how to treat us. You know, we had, that's a really old picture of us, Lowell. Where is Dr. Anthony? Yeah, we all look pretty young there. You know, when I started in 21 years ago, there was 10 net specialists in the world. Look at how far we've come. So those who don't know, the left-hand corner to upper left-hand corner is Dr. Richard Warner. Dr. Richard Warner was the original. He's the founder of the Carcinoma Cancer Foundation in 1968, and it was called the Serotonin Foundation. Below him is Dr. Eugene Waltering, and then there's Charlie Nutting from Denver, if anybody knew him, and of course Dr. Anthony. I believe that was probably in 2007 when that picture was taken, and of course our beloved Dr. Odorizio, who passed away a few weeks ago. And then the bottom is Dr. William Go, who was in Los Angeles, and he also retired. So the only one that isn't retired on there is myself, Lil Anthony, and Dr. Charlie Nutting. So practical advice on being your own advocate. And each one of you received in the bag, there's 5 ways to be your own advocate. Make sure you keep networking, okay? Now, Facebook is great. I love Facebook. But I need you to remember to take everything with a grain of salt on Facebook. 1, people go on Facebook to complain. You never really hear how wonderful things are going. You don't hear, here I am, a 21-year survivor, and you know, I'm doing great. I live my life. I travel all over the country doing this. So just remember to take everything with a grain of salt. 2, we are zebras. There is nobody in this room that's exactly the same. So they may be having symptoms, and just because you have the same symptoms does not mean that your tumor is exactly the same. So remember that you're each unique in your own way, okay? So when you're on Facebook and they say, well, this is what I did. Well, that's really great what you did, but that's not going to work for me. So just remember you're individuals, okay? Join a net support group. There's plenty of them out there. Reach out to a net specialist. Now, people all the time say to me, okay, I just got diagnosed with the net, and I need to find a surgeon tomorrow, and I need to find a net specialist. Our net specialists are overwhelmed with the amount of patients there are. So a lot of times I say, try to find a net specialist if there's somebody close to you. If not, try to go to your regular doctor, because most of the time if it's a right hemi and things, it's not complicated. A local doctor will work, and then go and see a net specialist, okay? Once you go to a net specialist, they come up with a program. You do not need to go there monthly, okay? Once a year, twice a year, you know, 3 or 4 times a year, that's totally up to you and the net specialist. But don't think that if you travel out of state to go see a net specialist, that you need to see that person every month, okay? You don't have to. If you're not getting what you need from your doctor, change doctors. I hear it all the time. The patient will say, I don't want to hurt his feelings. You do want to hurt your feelings. You are fighting for your life. And if that doctor is not doing what he's supposed to do and not giving you the test or the medication that you need, you leave. You leave. Remember, the doctor works for you. You do not work for the doctor. So you have a right to fire a doctor at any time, and I do not care. I love you all net specialists. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do with the patient, I'll right out say, hey, get rid of that doctor and find another, okay? You are fighting for your life. You need to make sure you get that. Make sure you talk to your doctors. This is really important. NANETS has an organization, okay? And I'm not sure about how much it costs now. You all go to your oncologist or your endocrinologist or your surgeons, right? Christmas time comes around. You all give gifts. You bring a box of cookies, you bring some candy, whatever. Instead of doing that, why not invest into your health? Why not sign up them for NANETS and give them a gift certificate, or sign them up for NANETS to join NANETS? so that they can get the information that they need to treat you. They don't need that box of cookies. They don't need that box of candy. They need to be educated. So take that time to go to Nanette's, sign them up, and say, here, Merry Christmas. I just gave you a year's membership to Nanette's. Okay? That's how the community grows. That's how more doctors get involved. You know, a lot of doctors would not go and register themselves. They're too busy doing other things. So say to them, hey, are you a member of Nanette's? No? How would you like me to get you to do that? And a lot of doctors will say, oh, you know, I've been meaning to do it, and, you know, this way, that's it. Christmas, Merry Christmas, here's your Nanette's membership. That's it? Okay. So, how many people here know the story of the zebra? Everybody know the story? Okay. So, in 2003, when we first started, or actually it was like 2003, Gene Waltering and us, we were talking about, you know, in medical school, when here in Hoof, we think of horses, not zebras. But the real reason why Robin and I chose the zebra is that no two zebras have the same stripes, and no two zebras in this room are exactly the same. Zebras are very strong, stubborn people, strong, stubborn animals, and let me tell you, a lot of us NET patients are strong and stubborn. So it's very, very appropriate. So we started that in 2003. It's been now going worldwide. We're really excited. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody has questions, make sure you come out and see me. Please, please make sure you talk to the sponsors. I cannot say that enough, because without them, we can't do this. Okay? Thank each and every doctor for being here, because we could not do this without them either. Okay? Just remember, you can go on any time. I'm not going to give a speech about money, but these programs do cost. What you're getting here for $20 is amazing. So if you are financially okay, make a donation anytime, Christmas, whatever. You know, whether it be $2 or $2,000, we can always use the money to make sure that these programs continue for you. Now, we have on May 14th, we are going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, so if anybody wants to come, we'll be there. On June 25th, we're going to be in Rochester, Michigan. Anybody wants to come? It's on the website. Dave will be there. Okay? But the biggest one I want you all at is I want to see each and every one of you in this room in Atlanta. We are having our national conference after 3 years in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Marriott Marquis, and it is on Neck Cancer Day. So you can't let me down by not being there, because I'm going to come and hunt you all. No. November 10th to the 12th, and I want to see each and every one of you in zebra from head to toe. And let's show Atlanta how strong our zebras are. Thank you.